Ugh. Okay. All right. Hey, so welcome back. I just knew that this is gonna be way too long because I really did the most for this. But yes, again, we are continuing part one. If you haven't checked out part one of this, I definitely suggest watching that one first. So basically, we are casting for the Yu Yu Hakusho live action. And yes, it is going to be a K-drama. We are running through the list of my selections for these characters. Today, we are going to be going over our casting options for Keiko, Genkai, Boton, and Koenma. And Yusuke's mom. So, let's start off with Keiko, okay? But before we do, thank you guys so much for coming back. Welcome to the channel. This is I'm Chelsea. You're watching Chelsea Sang. And if you like this, please like, share, subscribe. I would love to hear some discussion about this. So K-drama lovers, anime lovers, if there is anybody who these worlds cross for, let's talk, let's converse. Anyway, for Keiko, we have three options, of course. So the first one is Park Bo Young. So my most recognizable for her was Oh My Ghost. I really really enjoyed her in Oh My Ghost. That's one of my favorite dramas ever. Strong Woman Kim Bong Soon, I think, or just Bong Soon. And most recently that I have seen for her is Do My Ear Service. So I think that that she can definitely play Keiko because Keiko definitely gives like motherly vibe. It seemed like for most of the beginning of the series, like her job was basically to just try to keep Yusuke in line, which I wasn't a huge fan of, but she definitely does grow to be something a little bit more and becomes more of a multi-dimensional character later down in the series. So Keiko's definitely ride or die. Okay. And for that reason, I think that she is definitely somebody that I think Park Bo Young can do it. Okay, she's definitely an option. I don't think she's my number one, but I kind of like her for the role. Next is Jung Soo Min. So honestly, I haven't really seen much of Jung Soo Min, but I do remember the dramas that she was in. I think she was in the Korean version of Playful Kiss, which is pretty vague to me, but I do remember watching it. She was also in Can We Get Married? And more recently, which is near and dear to my heart, and I will watch over and over and over because I love it so much, because it's my first life. I highly recommend that drama. It is on Netflix if anybody wants to check it out. It is so good. It is like such a really just good journey about self-discovery with a marriage contract and a house contract. Ugh. Okay. Her character in Because It's My First Life does a pretty good job of giving an example of what Keiko could be like in a live action, in my opinion. But anyway, next is Kim Go Eun. Okay, so Kim Go Eun, I think the very first thing I saw her in was Cheese in the Trap. Now, I absolutely love Cheese in the Trap. I watched the drama first and liked it so much I had to go and find the webtoon. I read the whole webtoon. I think it was a really enjoyable show, but I think that was her first drama. I think she has been in movies before, but that was her first K-drama, and it really stuck with me. So Kim Go Eun, she's also probably well known for her role in Goblin with Gong Yu. I just like her character did a lot to tolerate this dokebi person, monster, godlike thing. I feel like it's a pretty good mirror of Keiko and Yusuke's relationship, especially when we get out of the ghost detective part and go into him in the demon world, running around doing tournaments and shit. So I think she can do a pretty good job. So those are my options for Keiko. Next is Genkai. So Genkai, I've always liked Genkai. Whether we're getting young Genkai or old Genkai, think I think that Moon Young would be a great option for Genkai. Not just because she's gives this like kind of tiny vibe, but she also has like that sweet voice that Genkai kinda had, kinda young Genkai. She's definitely giving Genkai for me. I also think I would like to see her with the pink hair. And of course, this is also Genkai from the dubbed Yu Hakusho version, you know, voice. But right, Mungu Young, she was in Mary Stayed Out All Night. That was the first thing I ever saw her in. She was also in Chomnandong Alice, for me that I've seen, and Goddess of Fire. Anyway, next is Jang Nara. So what have I seen her in? She was in School 2013. I think she was a teacher. I don't quite remember. Go Back Couple, Hello Monster, and Oh My Baby. I think Oh My Baby is the most recent thing that I've seen her in. But I just think, just like Moon Young, she kind of has that small frame, kind of small voice, but I feel it like she can kind of command a room a little bit like Genkai still can do, you know? And last but not least, Kim Soo-gi. I really like this girl. I think everything that I've seen her in, she always kind of stands out to me. And I think she would do, you know, like the times when like Genkai trains Yusuke and kind of has to whip him into shape. I think that she would do a good job like playing that part, especially. But she was in Oh My Ghost and The Queen of the Ring and The Guardians as well. So I don't know. She usually plays smaller like character roles, but I just like her as an actor, and I think she can do Genkai pretty well. All right, next is Boton. I only have two options for Boton. Song Jio. Honestly, I don't know much of Jio's um, drama or acting roles. I do know her more from the variety space, from like Running Man, but I think she can do Botan pretty well. Most recently, I saw her on, I think, Was It Love? That's also on Netflix. You can check that out to see what you think. Let me know if you think she would be a good Botan. Although the character that she plays is nothing like Botan, but I definitely think that she has the range to be able to do it. Next is So Hyun Jin. I really like this girl. So she was in another Miss O. She was in Let's Eat season 2. And she was in Temperature of Love. Oh my goodness. I don't think I ever finished that, but The Beauty Inside. Ugh. The Beauty Inside. That was a pretty good that's a pretty good show. Oh, she was also in Goddess of Fire with Moon Young as well. Anyway, So Hyun Jin, she definitely has a good range. I think her character in Another Miss O is Botan. So I think she could do it. Yusuke's mom. Okay, so Yusuke's mother is an interesting character. We don't see very much of her, and we know that she is a heavy drinker. She had Yusuke really young, and she just kind of wants him to have a good life. But of course, that doesn't work out, you know. So we're gonna need somebody who can really play devastated mother, but hard ass, you know. Um, so my two options for this are Kim Hee-sun, because I absolutely love her. Okay, I don't know if this was the first drama that I saw her in, but one that definitely left a very big impression for me was Faith, the Good Doctor. It was this fantasy historical type thing of Joseon before it was Joseon. I think it was in the Goryeo era. And she plays this plastic surgeon who ends up going back in time and kind of becomes the king's doctor and becomes a doctor for the king's guard, and it's just her trying to use all the skills that she could possibly muster so she doesn't get killed. But it's actually, I think that was pretty good. I think though the most outstanding role that I think that makes her perfect to play Yusuke's mom is her role an angry mom. So she had her daughter young, and she was being very severely bullied at school. And I think there was an incident and where the daughter just had to be, I don't think she died. I don't, it's a drama from a while ago. I don't think she died, but she decided to get to the bottom of what the hell happened to her daughter. And so she basically goes undercover as a student in the high school and tries to figure out what, you know, just kind of get into, like, as a student, figure out like who hurt her daughter, like, and just, I don't think it was about revenge, but it was more so about getting justice for what happened. And it's just so good. Like, the character that she gets to play in that drama is, I think, a perfect example of how I think Yusuke's mother could be. So, Kim Hee-sun. All right, my next is Lee Chung-ah. She, honestly, I don't remember seeing her a lot, but she kind of has that vibe. She played a guest role in Because It's My First Life, but that's not the first place I saw her. I think I first saw her in Flower Boy Ramen Shop, like a really long time ago. But also Dating Agency Cyrano. And she was also in Vampire Detective, Lucky Romance. Like, she's kind of been around, and she always kind of plays this very chic type of, like, this like chic person who just kind of has it all figured out, but just definitely the type of person like you kind of want to look up to kind of vibe, but like also definitely like would probably raise a kid on her own and just like be a badass kind of vibe. I don't know, but anyway. Koenma. Honestly, Koenma was a second thought. I wasn't gonna cast him, but I realized that he needs to be in here. So Koenma, I have two options for Koenma. Yu Jun-yeol. So my first interaction with him was in Reply 1988. I definitely liked his character. He's also in Lucky Romance. And but I don't think that I've seen, like, he hasn't really done very much. He definitely has an impactful face. I think I just want to see him with a pacifier in his mouth, to be honest with you. But I think he can play Koenma well. Also, my second Koenma option is Lee Min-ki. I've seen him in shows like The Lies Within and Because It's My First Life. Most recently, I'm pretty sure I've seen him around before. Oh, he was also in The Beauty Inside, I think. Hold on, don't quote me. Let me double check. Yes, he was also in The Beauty Inside. So, I don't know. I didn't put very much thought behind Koenma because he just kind of has to be, have the ability to be slightly annoyed. And let me know what you think of my lineup for part 2 of Yu Yu Hakusho. This was really too long, and I am so sorry, people. But let me know if you have any thoughts. If you have any suggestions for who could play these characters, let me know that in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.